The 2026-2027 Champions League season is here. The 36 teams, everybody the group phases no. Nyamia Dome, I set after say you bought the last phase of the qualification we and Rano. Nyamia Dome 36 teams nina. I set your 4 pots as usual. I said your money in Champions League football. No, your pot 1 containing 9 teams, pot 2 containing 9 teams, pot 3 containing 9 teams, and pot 4 and so containing 9 teams. Where is your team? With team no or your big boy na or 36 in the home. Pot Ben or many Saint Dunga Junior Tanasa Yababi di home come na yabu home. Na share how Yababi draw how the draw should go, the expectations for every team. Any idea Dunga Champions League 2026-2027 is here. Are you excited to face it?
The greatest club football competition in the whole world. UEFA Champions League.
We argument be anyhow. No competition. UEFA League be a Champions League.
When it comes to Champions League, until they say champions.
Yeah.
This year I say you probably be losing interest due to the fees I had. Abambali still now enjoy the Champions League, getting the big games I had previously, still now. So I think we are very, very okay.
All right. So before we start with the conversation, I would like to let you know the 36 teams now qualify for the 2026-2027 Champions League. We are near baby team neda. Baby team neda we are near try. See a pen. Then we know how the league phase to go. And teams be one by Odunga.
Me mashima me who tells you?
Liverpool.
Oh, Charlie.
Liverpool soon.
Liverpool qualified last season. By Chelsea.
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Chelsea.
Na Canadian Chelsea name the
okay. AC Milan soon. Edding. Teams are kesi any be and it's very sad, Olympic Marseille soon. But then Marseille when AC Milan credential down blue for. Okay. This be the 36 teams that qualify for the new season I ever bought in the Champions League. Let me start with pot 1. Pot 1. PSG defending champions. Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Inter Milan, Manchester City, Arsenal, Barcelona, and the Atletico Club de Madrid. These are the pot 1 teams this year.
But why Manchester United know they pot 1?
Manchester United,
why we know they pot 1? How many Manchester United do you know?
Meaning Manchester United, they work in Tampo.
You need Manchester United.
Kintampo, Manchester United.
Your fighters, we need.
Every day like assassin.
Manchester. Your fighters, you need Manchester United.
Okay. Okay, meaning Manchester United or Manchester.
So why?
On one answer, that will be saying.
Why we know they pot 1?
Didn't you know about pot 1?
I didn't know you need pot 1. We call pot 1. Your back is a phone.
So give me a reason why you have to come there. When was the last time? When was the last time? When was the last time?
Portfolio back.
Big clubs.
Big club.
Okay.
Man United with day part. So why are we not there? All the now they primary.
When was the last time Manchester United ball champions?
5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
It's one answer maybe. Pot 2. Borussia Dortmund, AS Roma, Sporting CP, Aston Villa, FC Porto, Manchester United. I feel there's what Mudin. Club Brugge, Real Betis, and PSV Eindhoven. These are the teams for the pot 2. Dunga Manchester United. Then crown mobile pot 2.
I don't care going. Pot 1 and say I'm
pot 4. Mobile be at 5 years in the pot 4 and last come we newbies. And
Bonini.
Pot 3 is also a Feyenoord, Lille Metropole, Bordeaux Glimt, Napoli, Leipzig, Villarreal, Fenerbahce, Shakhtar Donetsk, Galatasaray. Pot 4, Slavia Praha, Slovan Bratislava, Stuttgart, AEK Athens, Lask, Como, Lens, Viking, and Saba. These are the 36 teams, and their various spots are each team. The center of attraction in pot 1 and pot 2. Because when major clubs and I said the big clubs, the known clubs, that is where we will center our conversation on. If we are near we are near ya dim komahu how they should be paired near the adenso near hwe won so kakra. Nti Dunga, as we already know, Champions League 2 seasons ago, you started with the league phase, so any the group stages again. This is the third season I ever bought this group phase, and as we know, group phase now mostly as we know, group phase now 8 teams in every group. 8 teams in every group. You bought just a single game over knockout, over just a single game in the group. Only team in the bar there is no return leg. Via just a single leg. If we are your groupie. Near you the top 8, near more the qualification, automatic qualification, top 8, near in the group form. The top 8 no qualify we are near ba. Abe the from 9 to 24, no matter the playoffs. Near science so another 8. Ababe can the top 8, no near about round of 16. Then we take it from round of 16 and near the ABC semi-finals, then the final, then we crown the champions. And that is how for the past 2 seasons the Champions League has been, and it is same this season. Dunga, the various leagues are a buy into this year's Champions League leagues be bring a buy.
Yeah.
Offer defending champions France are this year. France, how many teams in free France a buy?
So PSG, right?
Yeah, or PSG, or Lille Metropole, and or Lens. The France is coming in with 3 teams in the 2026-2027 season.
Bad. Kenya Lyon
and Marseille anka. Okay, but
so now they are going to use PSG to compete. The PSG
Lens they can't show anything.
When it comes to European terrain, bro, you draw on or domestic league now. Also will prove it beyond doubt that you are able to or you are ready to bab. So I think that Lens and Lille, they are just part of the league. So they are a bit more completed the number of teams are here. They are drawn. But for them to compete in this season's Champions League, bro, I stand to differ.
Okay, and to doing a what's your idea on France football, need their contribution in this year's Champions League. The difference. Mostly we talk about the major top 5 leagues. The difference on comma aka the other 4 leagues na eba me. Yemfa Italy is also the 4 teams and eba this year 2026-2027 season. Napoli, Inter Milan, Como, AS Roma. Dunga who am I saying?
Inter, Como, Napoli, Roma. Inter solid team what they did last 2 seasons, and last season then Shadan Papa Biasa at least looking at Napoli, the kind of squad of Mupujez, I think they can go forward in this year's Champions League.
Oh, okay. Inti omo makanedi hu nse omo ba be Inter Napoli. Okay, that is that with the Italian Serie A. Yanko Germany is also booming with 4 solid teams. Bayern Munich or the Borussia Dortmund ebeba, Leipzig, RB Leipzig eba, and Stuttgart. These are the 4 teams. Germany is also edeba.
Bayern, of course, bro. Dortmund also the Leipzig most especially Champions League. Oh yeah, they are qualify from the league phase right to the round of 32. Or maybe the round of 16 they can, but for them to progress beyond that round of 16, they are not adding. So Leipzig can also compete. Dortmund also, yes, we call Dortmund last 2 seasons. Finalist. So looking at Dortmund, you can't mention say this is their top star. Or my team, or my academy, they just grown in players. Until they coming into this Champions League, I think they can continue their run.
Spanish Primera La Liga also coming in with 5 teams. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Club de Madrid, Real Betis, and Villarreal. 5 teams and almost also Adeba this year's competition. Who say?
Real Madrid, Atletico, Barcelona.
Solid.
Day in there, they are going to be the top teams to raise the Spanish flag high. So I think most especially or the most successful club in this Champions League.
Yeah, in Real Madrid. Yeah,
and so And I say Madrid the Champions League
You can more
Maybe
than
our-
80%.
or your favorite.
Yeah.
Or your favorite. And so I have a ball among Guasian.
Until La Liga so is coming in stronger. Okay, and EPL, and so the 5 teams and a buy Arsenal, the Gunners, Liverpool, Manchester City, Aston Villa, Manchester United. These are the 5 teams EPL and so a day back.
Solid. Arsenal, one of the favorite last season finalists.
Yeah.
Man City also last 3 seasons they won the tournament. Liverpool, the last time they won the tournament was 2019, but they were finalists in 2021, right? So it tells you say these are the clubs that are made the most successful. Men can say Arsenal and Man City because Man City no generally by Liverpool were the most successful club in England when it comes to
Champions League 6 trophies.
Liverpool so women about Premier League clubs are only the bomb first. So when Liverpool with this kind of performance, you can't take them say they are going to win the trophy, but anything can happen in football.
Manchester United are returning after 5 years of absence in the Champions League. Dunga, what are your expectations for Manchester United in this year's tournament?
We are there to test waters.
You are there to test waters. That's
the only thing I can say.
The only thing you can say. And Arsenal last year finalists.
They've beat the squad.
And this year, Oman Sanso briefly squad.
They are one of the favorites to win the trophy. But most especially Champions League. Obi team no de babeje. You understand? Madrid, Bayern, AC Milan, Liverpool. Here na any team. Foul. So just look at the last final we played. You're proud before the final. Na team na say form pa. Unkan timi yas na nyede. Not comparing Arsenal and PSG, Arsenal but I just look at how the final went. Until a team or baby a mentality and the history backing your club. To Arsenal, they are one of the favorites. And
okay, the top clubs maybe Hong Kong, Yembra, I say ho pot for. There are 4 clubs who make your debut into the Champions League. Your Como of Italy, Viking. Free Norway, Lask, and Saba, so free Azerbaijan, Lask free Austria. These are the 4 teams that make debuts. Don't get one by one. Let's start with Como, out free Italy. The performance of Como bar into the Serie A just last 2 seasons ago. About after 2 seasons now, or representing Italy in the Champions League. Cesc Fabregas, Ejuma Obo Como, how do you see Como's appearance in the Champions League? And what we should expect from Como?
One of the biggest achievements in the club's history, qualifying to the Champions League.
Yeah.
Bro, for you to qualify there, most especially with Juventus. And Juventus, the old ladies of Syria, until in the Champions League. Those days when you're talking about Champions League, Juventus, AC Milan. But just look at how things is going. So Como's name being mentioned on the podium, no, it tells you the hard work the players did last season, and all the praise and everything should go on your man Cesc Fabregas, because players are already on mobile. Because at the point it offer Morata win na the umbaya. Morata,
Rafael Varane,
Varane ka buy na ball no. The player who play crucial role in this team there, Nico Pass. So I am very happy to say I retaining the guy at Real Madrid, because player were instrumental, proud before so we qualify now when you're into the tournament now you're good to go.
One thing I'm happy about and I say I'm proud of this Como team, how they qualified. And yes, Okobo playoffs. Straight qualification. It tells you the job they've done. And we signings no so much in this summer now. They are aiming for something, and we are yet to see them, but I expect them causing surprises in this year's Champions League. Look at Viking, Norway.
Yeah.
Viking, the first time in their history or more qualify. Performance, no any expectations, no signing film.
Viking making his debut tonight, I think a good achievement. Looking at Norway, your big clubs of Bodo Glimt, Rosenborg. We have Lineby, a lot of clubs. For them to be ahead, and I said for them to get it, not to be in the champions. And don't forget, Norway were 2 representatives from Norway.
Yeah, Bodo
Glimt
Glimt and a Viking. So
and, you know, first rank Bodo and a Rosenberg never be represented. But for Viking to get this northern, I think the club no a very big achievement. And you can't compare Real Madrid and Barcelona, bro.
Achievement, cause yeah, now last season one Bodo Glimt, me stadium Bodo Glimt last season. Manchester City, Inter Milan, I think I'm only 2 teams at this year's tournament and speaking deep about the Norwegian football and how they are evolving. Because previously, not even a team from Norway.
But it's not a fluke.
It's not a fluke though. They are evolving when it comes to football. Until last year, they brought in Bodo Glimt or causes surprises, be hard teams. I can see any Pep Guardiola or Inzaghi. Diego Simeone. I can say for nko na say this year they didn't come alone. Coming on this, they again came with Viking. It tells you how Norwegian football is revolving, and we should expect a lot from them this season.
The Vikings are back.
Surprises.
The Vikings are back.
Lask from Austria. Last year, Europa League Noble. This year, we're buying to the Champions League.
I wanted to say something about Charlie.
Oh, catch away.
For Lask to qualify ahead of Stormgrass, Salzburg, Austria Vienna, Rapid Vienna, Ufberga. Charlie, it tells you that football is evolution. And if you don't work towards or you don't catch the pace of how football is evolving, you'll be left out. This is how it should be. Yeah, and as a teams maybe qualified by Champions League, you want to say, I did nah. Bro, they've worked towards that. Say about Viking did. We saw Norway performance in the just ended World Cup. And the last time we spoke here, I said something, so Norway are one of the biggest and one of the most influential academy or more country on day in day out produce players. Just look at Austria. The same thing they are doing. Into almost small clubs, you know. Almost back Ghana, not one from a top star, younger player, or no say top star. They are finding the core academy, no. They are grooming and they are trying to pass it through the ranks into Ondru top, no. Then nipa no wa mature we into Oshiawa Onsuro because wafa bibiamu. You bab. Into no these teams, no bro. Maybe who say Ajuma no maye, Ajuma no maye na aso aba no mote and. Yeah, they are in the tournament. I won't even compete for the trophy, but at least registering their name and showing the flag of the club high, no, is going to get them a lot.
Okay, Manchester United, they didn't come on returning after 5 years. Where do you come on? Fenerbahce, and so after a couple of years, Fenerbahce and so are returning to represent the Turkish football. Don't go Fenerbahce return no so who is saying this summer so much a lot of signings papa Nitanaki mo or my FIFA players ni be how do you see Fenerbahce in this year's tournament?
It was a disaster. Let me use that word because the last game they played
against Lyon, no?
Bro. I wanted us to talk about that game by what I mean
against Lyon.
And it tells you the determination of the Fenerbahce players, Guandozi, and don't forget Omakofa, this guy Mayoka, top scorer,
Morigi Aba, Kante wo.
They have players and they are ready to compete. Listen, they are not going to allow Galatasaray ruin the league and both the league and the champions because last season champions were Gala home now called my head. Kuku Stadium. They also want to have that name
Champions League field.
Yeah, so you're capable of doing it. Yeah. And I think they're coming back and they are going to raise the Turkish flag high.
Okay, Dunga, we've talked about some of the teams Messi out the big boys that we should expect from. Let's talk about defending champions. PSG. They've won it back to back. Do you think this season they have the abilities and the capabilities to also win it for the third time in a row?
Why not? Defending champions, both last season, they can. But their biggest enemies will be Real Madrid. Because Madrid did it 2016, 17, 18, the repeat. So they want this kind of.
They will
record
want to have
start.
it for themselves.
So you coming to break it, I think say Madrid won't allow that. And some of the teams are also doing good signing. Just look at Barcelona. They went down for almost it's just 11 years, right?
11 years
One
now.
person won't just wear 11
Hello.
years old. So they are not going to allow another year by adding. This kind of teams are any teams normal sorry but no. Bro. Adding. PSG can do it. But Charlie.
Okay, so we leave the draw no because we nyame adum enumere. By 7 p.m. the draw will be out. You be how the various teams will be paired. Your darling club, Manchester United, ubenya pa nka pair mo mahwan.
Oh, here kase for no Old Trafford. In your PSG, Barcelona, Real Madrid, whatever.
Now we have PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Oh yeah, sure, them waiting me qualify.
Oh, yeah, we best 6 points crowd.
Oh yeah, 6 points.
PSG version.
Na match Barcelona account.
PSG version.
Na match Barcelona account.
That's also the falla. Say the last time they show.
Na the Real Madrid that too.
Madrid they will be there. Ko team here too much.
That's a mono. Monzo team back with team or Champions League mo pa Barcelona.
We are talking about the last time we met.
Until last time we met in the beginning, it was in the Europa League.
I don't care.
The last time we met in
Champions League. Was it not European
Champions League?
Was it not European tournament? Was it not in
it's more consolable.
Was it not
when the Europa win now?
Well, Europe, brother. Yeah, but both to rush for my monarchy.
All right, Otidunga. Before we leave, let's know your top 8 for this year's your teams that you're expecting to reach the top 8 automatic qualification zone of the Champions League.
PSG, Bayern, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Arsenal. It's very tough. Manchester United, Bodo Glimt.
These are your top 8 clubs.
Yeah.
Tidunga Chernaje. I also go with Paris Saint-Germain, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Arsenal. Manya say no 5.
Not one.
Yeah, na me de surprisingly I'll add Dortmund 6, Napoli 7. We have the Inter Milan account. These are my top 8 automatic qualification. Which team would I don't know? Yeah, this are uncommon after said draw the bar. Then we come have the conversation. But proud to the draw. No. If I'm hoping group back one may expect pa and a match back one may expect to say I want a fixture between Barcelona and PSG once again this season. And I'm a super PSG, Manchester United. Another fixture I would love to watch.
So Bayern, Barcelona.
Okay.
And Arsenal, Barcelona.
Wow. Yeah. Top test. And we live up all to 7 p.m. How the draw will go. I told you,
Barcelona, Chelsea,
Chelsea, Chelsea, they go play Carabao Cup. Higher for the big boys.
Is it Carabao Cup in Europe?
Higher the big boys.
Okay. So Chelsea is not among
Chelsea, Ipswich, Luton Town. What are the top Mebuana? Chelsea, Luton Town, Meboa. Adeloy.
Okay.
I don't really like it. These are your 36 teams that are representing this year's Champions League. Draw number 2 and then you what are your expectations? Whatever the draw will bring out, we will have a conversation about it. Unsubscribe here, no subscribe here. I may hire first Kickoff on YouTube, Fresh Studios Kickoff on social media platforms, X, Facebook, Instagram, and then on TikTok.